Special coverage on KCPT of the Greater Kansas City Chamber's Big Five initiatives is funded by Burns & McDonnell, Polsinelli, with additional financial support by principal funding for the local show provided by Francis Family Foundation, Frederick and Louise Hartwig Family Fund, Kauffman Foundation, Healthcare Foundation of Greater Kansas City, Johnson County Community College, John and Effie Spees Memorial Trust, Bank of America trustee, Richard J. Stern Foundation for the Arts, Commerce Bank trustee, and KCPT members. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Randy Mason. Welcome to a special edition of The Local Show. Usually we bring you a mix of different stories about this place we call home. But this time we're focusing on just one thing: pitches. Startup pitches in the U.S. finals of an international competition called Get in the Ring. It's the marquee event of Global Entrepreneurship Week, sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation. And just like the name implies, it throws 8 startup companies from around the country into a series of clashes. The winner not only gets $10,000, but also a trip to Rotterdam for the international finals this weekend, where €1 million are at stake. In Monday night's action, each clash consisted of 4 rounds with different themes for each. We've trimmed that 2-hour event down to about 30 minutes so you can see how the game is played and whose pitch most impressed the panel of notable judges. To get it all going, here's the night's MC and ring announcer, James Digby.
Let's get ready to pitch! So, first off, with babies come diapers and bottles, and strollers and swings, and purchase decisions galore. Crowdsourcing advice from friends is the answer for tonight's first competitor. Please welcome, all the way from New York, New York, Alison Downey, the co-founder of WeSpring! And now, ready to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Just a mile away from his home base in Kansas City, Kansas, where the eye print is the new fingerprint. Please welcome Toby Rush and CEO of iVerify! As if half the audience doesn't know, but enlighten me. What does iVerify do?
True. iVerify turns a picture of your eye into a key that protects your digital life.
Okay, fantastic. And WeSpring?
So WeSpring helps parents collect advice from their friends about what they need for their family.
Okay. The first round is about the business model and market. Toby, why don't you start out?
Sure. So passwords are broken, right? They're a pain to use, they don't work very well, they don't set out to do the thing they're set out to accomplish for, right? So iVerify's patented iPrint solution is delivering a password-free mobile experience. We're using smartphone cameras to image and then pattern match the blood vessels and the whites of the eye.
WeSpring, what's your response to that?
So the average family spends $5,000 on new products in year one alone from brands they have never heard of. Every one of those decisions is high stakes because it's for their kids. So WeSpring brings trust to online reviews by connecting them to your social network. For brands, we amplify word-of-mouth recommendations, giving their most passionate customers a megaphone to tell their friends why they love their products.
Round 2 is now about how you make money. Alison.
Okay. So WeSpring is free for parents, but brands pay us for micro-targeting, for data and analytics, and for content syndication. So we charge them monthly subscription fees, and they're incredibly excited about what we've built, and we see a $25 million opportunity with the brands currently on the site. That's just the beginning.
So iVerify licenses its technology on a per-user, per-month basis. Our initial target markets are enterprises, banks, and healthcare, where they put a premium on security and privacy. So one of the cool things about the iPrint is, it's independent of age, gender, race, even language. And we only need a 1 megapixel camera to get 4 nines of accuracy. We're gonna go global and we're gonna go big.
Now, judges, any questions?
How many total reviews or customers do you need for this to really be critical mass, and how do you get there?
Yeah, so the magic number for us is 100,000. Our users are affluent, college-educated, urban. So it's a prime customer for a lot of these brands, and we expect that we'll get there by end of Q2 this year. So we're building a product that's really viral, that people want to share with their friends, and that they're really excited about.
Could you talk a little bit more about how you actually authenticate the key, and more specifically, what information gets transferred off the device versus what stays on the device?
When we match, there is a key that we can generate. So the biometric stays off the device. We generate this iPrint key. It's a 128-bit long, think of a unique number. We send that key off the device to the server. So your biometric is bound to the device. The way we encrypt it is bound here. You can't pull it off the device. No one else can use it. So we protect the personal biometrics here, but yet can still generate a high entropy key and validate with the server, which we call imbues strong trust.
On that note, jury, you now have 5 minutes to make a very important decision. So please, off you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our winner for the first clash. I verify! Moving on to clash number 2. Our next competitor produces caffeine-free, healthy tea for children, hailing from Edina, Minnesota. Please give it up for Christine Wheeler of Drazzle Food!
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get started.
And using peanut butter and the calorie cloud, this competitor aims to knock out childhood malnutrition around the world. From Matthews, North Carolina, please welcome Mark Moore, founder of Mana Nutrition! Mana, what's it really about? Peanut butter?
It is. It's a therapeutic peanut butter for severely malnourished kids. And our Calorie Cloud idea is a way for you to upload and donate the calories you burn and to turn them into these packets.
Okay. And Drazzle?
Oh, Drazzle Kids Tea is the first ready-to-drink herbal tea for kids.
If you start off, Christine, your
Sure.
business model.
Yes. Tea for kids, why not? It's a healthy alternative for most kids' beverages. We expect to capitalize on the growing trend of lower sugar beverages and take share from the $4 billion kids drink category. Drazzle Kids Tea is naturally caffeine-free, lower in sugar, and rich in antioxidants. Perfect for kids and a great way to address childhood obesity.
Mana, what do you do?
In the 25 seconds I have to talk, 3 children will die of malnutrition. We make 250,000 of these packets every day in our factory in Georgia. And if we launch our Calorie Crowd project, we can make 1 million a day. Now, what we're trying to do is to take the calories that you would donate and turn them into these 500-calorie packets.
On that, Mark, how do you make money?
Here's how we make money. Corporate wellness right now will spend $2 billion this year, and each obese employee costs $2,000 for a corporate wellness program. Right now, they offer incentives like gift cards and gadgets. We're going to offer them the ultimate gift, the life of a child. So what happens is you go for a run, you climb a mountain, you lose 5 pounds, and we take those calories and we turn them directly, calorie for calorie, into a 500-calorie packet of Mana.
But who's behind it?
Okay. Our team's expertise is in launching and building businesses. I grew the $500 million Always Pads business at Procter & Gamble. My vice president of operations worked at Nestle, where he grew the Juicy Juice brand from $80 to $330 million. My president worked at Coca-Cola on the Sprite brand and at Procter & Gamble. We really know this business.
So, questions?
Why the decision not to just distribute your product and to go to the calorie donation program?
The decision is that right now there's $200 million globally, mostly at UNICEF, to buy this stuff. And we've clawed our way into about 10% of that market. The problem is that's the ceiling, and it's a $1 billion problem. So we think that the solution for solving obesity in America could be amazingly tied to the solution for saving the other side of malnutrition in Africa. And so that's the reason to go there, because the calories are there, and there's a lot of motivation, a lot of budgets to actually pay for them.
Can you tell us what the actual sell-throughs are in each store, and then what market share you're gaining in those stores that lead you to believe you can be successful, and what's the hurdle that you have to hit?
But one of the things that we do know is that our orders to each of the stores keeps increasing. We know that when we do a demo, a lot of times we sell out. We know that the mommy bloggers absolutely love us. So our orders increase, like on Amazon, our reviews are great. The orders keep increasing, and we're going into new distributors. So we know that it's selling, we know it's doing well, and we know that people like it.
Why did you choose tea?
I'm a huge passionate tea drinker. My dream is that kids will start drinking tea earlier, be introduced to it, and then become, adult tea drinkers, and they won't go to energy drinks and Coca-Cola, products.
Quickly, do you see any leverage with companies like the sensors? So Jawbone and Nike and those sorts of things, embedding, on that side, or creating some kind of co-marketing program. That seems perhaps a more straightforward approach.
It's huge. And we spent the summer at a place called the Unreasonable Institute working, and we met the head of Nike Digital, and we've talked with Jawbone and actually built our original APIs through the Code for Good program for Jawbone because we really liked their piece. But all of those, that with them and Fitbit and all of them happening right now, is really an opportunity for us.
So, the jury will go off, and we'll catch up in 5 minutes. The winner for our second clash. Please give it up for Drawers of Food!
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid, get started, get started.
If you ever wanted to tell your congressman what's really on your mind, our next finalist has the answer. From Redwood City, California, please welcome to the stage Marcy Harris, founder of Kauffman. Other way. Oh, okay. See, gracious with a skirt in the ring. I like it. So, whilst we don't expect any bloodshed in this battle, our next startup is ready if needed. His fast clot technology is set to revolutionize bleeding injury care. From Maple Grove, Minnesota, let's welcome Phil Messina, founder of St. Teresa Medical! What does it really do?
We stop bleeding in seconds to minutes through a dissolvable bandage.
Okay. Popbox. What does it you really do?
We really bring the voice of the people to government in a way that can actually affect policy.
Round one is about your business model.
So PopVox is building the first online civic engagement platform that connects people, organizations, and policymakers in a transparent, privacy-protecting way. We start with all the bills as they're introduced in Congress, and we deliver the messages in the most direct and effective way to Congress.
St. Teresa Medical saves lives through our fast clot platform technology and through our dissolvable bandage, both in surgical and trauma situations. Our markets are surgery and traumatic bleeding, with markets over $1 billion annually and compound annual growth rate at 13%.
So we make money in two ways. The first is content licensing, and the second is by selling a SaaS subscription suite of advocacy tools to organizations running a grassroots campaign. So that means Right Congress widgets, we deliver the messages to Congress, and we provide a real-time dashboard for your grassroots campaign.
Phil, what are your notable achievements so far to date?
St. Teresa Medical has raised $4 million to date. We have completed 12 preclinical studies. We have licensed the primary patent invention and filed 5 additional patent applications. And we are in current licensing discussions with partners.
What do you see as being the critical mass in terms of reach of the platform, and what is it going to take to get there?
For the platform itself, to grow and scale, we need about 350 organizations that are using it actively as paid clients. And for the data itself, it already is extremely useful. I mean, when you look back now at our records on, for example, I'm sure you're all familiar with the SOPA debate. 15,000 people weighed in using PopVox on SOPA. We're the only place you can go and see a record of what people are actually telling Congress during that very significant debate.
How do you prevent those groups which are very sophisticated and know how to infiltrate what's going on digitally from really controlling the conversation?
So PAVOX starts with the knowledge that there are two ways to influence legislation. You can either move money or you can move people. The money is easy to count, people not so much. This is the beginning of being able to count the people.
Is dextran sugar, yeah?
Yes.
So could a diabetic use your product?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. And then your sign-in, is it a Facebook Connect product or you have your own native sign-in?
So we have social sign-in, we also have our own sign-in, and we're seeing that we have a very low rate of other networks signing in, about 17% with social sign-in, because people don't want their political and civic life in their Facebook profile or their LinkedIn.
Judges, you have a very tough decision, two different startups. 4 minutes, not the 5 that I promised you last time. It's my pleasure to announce the winner of our third clash for this evening, Filmacinas! Our next finalist knows that traveling is fun, but planning trips can cause quite the headache. His online group travel planner is just what the doctor ordered. From Lincoln, Nebraska, let's give it up to David Chates, founder of Travify! And our last finalist for this evening, his reputation is on the line. With the company's verified profile, you won't have to worry about confronting creeps or criminals online. Welcome to our last competitor, all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, Michael Bergman, founder of Rep. So, without that, Michael, what is it you do, and can I get a t-shirt?
Yes, and we make it easy for people to share their online identity back and forth, and we make sure that each person's verified.
Okay, David, Travify, what's it all about?
Travify solves all the coordination headaches of group travel.
Okay, nice little bit. Let's kick into it. Your business model market.
Great. Group travel is complicated. Travify makes it easy by solving all the coordination headaches of group travel. Through Travify, users can collaborate on trip itineraries, book travel deals, and manage their shared expenses. We target the $500 billion US leisure travel industry, and we can help you, whether you're planning a spring break adventure, family reunion, sports team tournament, or are a travel agent looking for a Web 2.0 solution to help with your customer relationship management.
So imagine a place where we all feel safe. The 40 million online daters don't have to worry about being scammed. The 50 million daily users of Craigslist don't have to worry about being murdered. And the millions of Airbnb hosts can hand over their keys with comfort. Shouldn't that place exist? Well, the team at Rep thinks so. That's why we created Rep, a self-run ID and verification platform that brings to life trust transactions that we all deserve.
But how'd you make money?
So anybody can create a Rep profile for free on our site or through our API. Each check and verification has an associated cost. So an annual background check costs about $10. So if 10% of the online daters in the world created one, that's about $40 million of revenue for us. We generate revenue from two groups, the individuals and partners like dating sites that want to provide confidence and transparency for their users.
David.
Travify is highly diversified with 3 sources of revenue. First, we earn a blended 5% for all travel booked. Second, we earn a 1.5% cash management fee for all expenses settled through our proprietary platform. And lastly, we offer a white label B2B version to travel agents in which we earn both a monthly subscription as well as a per booking fee.
Judges, I'm pretty sure you have some questions.
Who are you marketing to and how? In other words, I got a group of friends that are sort of disjoint. Who is the organizer? Who is the ultimate customer that says, I'm creating a group travel opportunity?
And that's exactly the point. To actually unlock those travel deals, there are certain size points that you have to hit. So you have to reach that planner, that person. Now, we talk about that overall $500 billion market, but there are micro areas that we're targeting. Specifically, we're starting with the sports teams, in which we've been reaching out to coaches and leagues. And secondly, we're starting with students as well. We've been reaching out to club leaders, fraternity leaders, and those that are actually the decision makers. From there, we have a 7x viral factor in terms of the average number of people who are invited, and that's how we'll eventually grow and scale.
Why it is that you think Airbnb or name a peer-to-peer marketplace would be keen to actually use your service as opposed to most of them, I'm sure you've been paying attention, have been very rigorously building up their own protocols. How do you imagine that you can navigate that?
We think about it from two ways. One, the user's perspective, that they're going to each of these different peer-to-peer sites and having to verify themselves, share their ID, upload their passport over and over again. With Rep, we have an API. It can be tapped from each platform, and they can share, embed, and use their profile across the web in different sites. So we're trying to make it easier for both the users and the platform so they can have an easy solution.
Judges, you have a very difficult decision to make for our last spot for tonight. So, 4 minutes. Use them wisely. The very last of Final Clash 4. The winner that will go into the next round. Please give it up for Travify!
Great job.
On that, can I get all the preliminary Clash winners to the stage with me?
Excuse me, James, but don't you have a surprise to share with the audience?
As a matter of fact, I do. For the first time, well, given the fact we're on American soil, it's time to play Save a Startup. What we have is a voting device that you've been all sitting on for this evening. It hasn't been something for your pleasure. On that note, A, B, C, or D? You ready? Oh, I need you guys to vote. Please give a rousing round of applause for your vote to join our 4 finalists with me on stage. Modern Nutrition! They're surprising me every single time tonight. I mean, like, you know. So, you each have 25 seconds to convince our judges why you should represent the United States of America in the Get of the Ring final. Okay.
Ready?
Phil?
We have a proven management team. We've all done this before. Growing markets, breakthrough technology, disruptive technology, a thoughtful exit strategy for our investors. We've met key objectives in our business plan. And with a chance for this funding, we can start human trials faster and ultimately start saving more lives.
Toby.
So iVerify is the essential all-American entrepreneurial story. Our chief science officer is an immigrant who came to the United States as a student. He stayed as a professor. He comes up with this idea called the iPrint. A Kansas farm kid realizes, hey, he can be a serial entrepreneur. He has the technical chops to do it again and again. Cross paths with professor, licenses the technology out of a local university, creates a team, raises money, creates this product with phenomenal financial and humanitarian potential, and that's a story that the world needs to hear. That's the American entrepreneurial dream.
Audience favorite. Yes. Your 25 seconds.
When 2 bicycle mechanics in Ohio imagined that humans could fly. When a guy named Alexander Graham Bell made a box and people talked into it and the magic voices went across the world. When Al Gore invented the internet, nobody knew that they were about to change the world because they imagined something entirely new. And that's what we're doing. We are the first to imagine that the biggest crisis that faces America, the global obesity crisis, is the solution to global malnutrition. That's why we are the best idea here.
Beyond Travify's simple, scalable, and monetized solution to a very simple problem that we all have, Travify at its core is a tool that brings people together for shared experiences that can be across states, across nations, and internationally. What a great message to send, and what a better company to send across the pond for that knockout punch.
Your 25 seconds.
Okay, tea is an international product. Drazzle Tea was created to encourage kids to eat healthier. We really do believe we can make a difference with childhood obesity because we want tea, herbal teas, to be the preferred option for kids over sugary drinks. And that's for today's children, but those are for tomorrow's adults. And I can't think of anything more important than that.
Okay. On that note, the judges, you have heard the final sayings. And away you go. Please take out, once again, your voting devices. Look at the slide behind me and vote for your favorite of the 5 that were here. Can we get a drum roll, please? The audience favorite, the winner for the inaugural Audience Vote 2013. Please welcome to the stage, I Verify! Tonight's runner-up, and the winner still of $5,000 in cold, hard cash. Please welcome to the stage, Trevor Fine! I just learned that we have someone very special here who wants to join me up on stage and in our ring for our final announcement. I have the honorable pleasure of welcoming the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, the fashionable Sly James. You know who wins?
I don't know who wins yet. Oh.
I can tell you. I can tell you.
Fantastic.
So, the US champion of Get in the Ring, the inaugural 2013 event, the winner of a $10,000, once again, cold hard cash prize of $10,000 and a trip to Rotterdam tomorrow. So I really hope you bought your toothbrush. And a chance to secure up to €1 million in investment and to represent the United States of America is... I Verify!
Principal funding for the local show provided by Francis Family Foundation, Frederick and Louise Hartwig Family Fund, Kauffman Foundation, Healthcare Foundation of Greater Kansas City, Johnson County Community College, John and Effie Spees Memorial Trust, Bank of America trustee, Richard J. Stern Foundation for the Arts, Commerce Bank trustee, and KCPT members. Thank you.